Emma Wells was always the kind of person who believed in the power of ideas. From a young age, she was fascinated by technology, sustainability, and the potential to change the world. Her parents often joked that she was born with a screwdriver in one hand and a book of science experiments in the other. As she grew older, her passion for technology turned into a desire to make a real impact. By the time Emma entered university, she had already made up her mind. She wanted to invent something that could make a difference, especially in the realm of renewable energy. It wasn't long before Emma became known for her innovative ideas. While most of her peers were focused on creating software applications or building gadgets, Emma's interests lay elsewhere. She was determined to solve the world's energy crisis, one sustainable invention at a time. But she didn't want to create just another solar panel or wind turbine. She wanted to make something that was as fashionable as it was functional, something that could be a part of everyday life. Her workshop, a small room in the corner of her apartment, was cluttered with wires, solar cells, and various prototypes. It was in this space that Emma spent most of her free time dreaming up ideas that would change the world. One evening, after a long day of lectures, Emma sat down to watch a documentary about the future of renewable energy. As she watched, an idea began to form in her mind. What if she could combine two things she loved, technology and fashion? What if she could create a product that harnessed the power of the sun, not just to power homes or businesses, but something personal, something people could wear? And so, the idea for solar shoes was born. The idea. At first, the concept seemed far-fetched. Could shoes really be powered by solar energy? Could they not only provide a stylish accessory, but also charge devices like phones or tablets? Emma knew it would be a challenge, but challenges were what fueled her passion. The idea of creating a pair of shoes that could generate electricity simply by being worn outdoors excited her. The first step was research. Emma dove into everything she could find on solar energy, from the basic principles to cutting-edge advancements in solar cell technology. She studied the design of solar panels, battery storage systems, and wearable electronics. After countless hours of reading and sketching ideas, Emma was ready to get to work. She spent weeks drawing up plans for her solar shoes. They would need small, flexible solar panels that could fit into the soles of the shoes without compromising comfort. The shoes would also need a small battery to store the energy for use later. But there were problems. How would she make the solar panels durable enough to withstand daily wear and tear? How could she ensure the shoes would be comfortable enough to wear for long periods? And most importantly, would the shoes generate enough power to actually charge a device? As Emma began to talk about her idea with classmates and professors, she faced a lot of skepticism. Most people told her it was impossible or impractical. How could you possibly make solar shoes that are efficient enough to power something? One of her professors had asked, his voice filled with doubt. Emma didn't let the criticism deter her. She knew that if she could find a solution, her invention could change everything. The prototype. Building the first prototype wasn't easy. Emma started by sourcing small, flexible solar panels from a local supplier. She also purchased lightweight batteries that could store solar energy. The next challenge was integrating everything into a shoe that was not only functional but also stylish. She tried a variety of designs, from sleek, modern sneakers to more traditional running shoes. But each design had its own set of problems. The solar panels were either too bulky or not efficient enough. The batteries didn't fit comfortably into the soles, and the shoes, despite her best efforts, never seemed to look quite right. But Emma refused to give up. Every failure brought her closer to the solution. She spent long nights tinkering with the design, adjusting the placement of the solar panels, and testing different materials. She worked with a local cobbler to ensure the shoes were comfortable and durable, and after months of hard work, Emma finally completed her first fully functional prototype. The solar shoes were sleek and modern, with thin, nearly invisible solar panels embedded in the soles. The small battery pack was hidden in the heel, and it could store enough power to charge a small device. Emma eagerly connected her phone to the shoe's charging port and stepped outside into the sun. It worked. For the first time, Emma saw her idea come to life. The shoes were not only charging her phone, but incredibly comfortable to wear. It was a small victory, but it felt monumental. Emma had created something truly unique, solar-powered footwear that could change the way people thought about both technology and fashion. The breakthrough. Emma couldn't wait to show her invention to the world, but she knew that launching a new product wasn't as simple as making a prototype. She needed funding, support, and validation from others. She decided to take her solar shoes to a tech conference that was being held in the city. The conference would be the perfect opportunity to showcase her idea to potential investors and industry professionals. The day of the conference, Emma stood nervously in front of a booth she had set up herself. She displayed her solar shoes along with a sign that explained how they worked. People passed by without giving her much attention. But then, one man stopped. He was wearing a suit and had an air of authority about him. Emma explained the concept of her shoes, and to her surprise, he seemed genuinely interested. "You've created something amazing," the man said after hearing her pitch. "This could revolutionize the way we think about wearable technology." The man introduced himself as Jack Morrison, a tech investor looking for innovative startups. He was impressed by Emma's design and agreed to help her find funding to bring the solar shoes to the market. With Jack's help, Emma was able to refine her product and take it to mass production. But it wasn't without its challenges. The shoes had to be manufactured in large quantities, and there were issues with sourcing the right materials at affordable prices. But Emma was determined, and with Jack's guidance, she was able to overcome each obstacle. Launch. Months later, Emma's solar shoes were ready for launch. The shoes hit the market with a bang, quickly gaining attention from both environmentalists and tech enthusiasts. They were featured in magazines and news outlets, and soon people all over the world were eager to get a hands on a pair. The shoes became popular among hikers, travelers, and outdoor enthusiasts who saw the value in having a portable, renewable energy source while on the go. People in developing countries with limited access to electricity also found the shoes to be a game changer. The shoes could be used to charge phones, radios, and small electronics, helping people stay connected in areas where electricity was scarce. The success of the solar shoes was overwhelming. Emma's dream had come true, and her invention was changing lives. The global impact. As the solar shoes gained popularity, they began to have a global impact. They were not just a trendy fashion accessory, they were a symbol of sustainability and innovation. Emma was invited to speak at conferences around the world, sharing her journey and encouraging others to think creatively about how technology could be used to solve real-world problems. The solar shoes were now being sold in countries across North America, Europe, and Asia. Emma had created a product that was truly global. It was a product that transcended borders and had the power to bring people together. And as her shoes powered up devices, they were also powering up the movement for sustainable innovation. Challenges and growth. Despite the success, Emma still faced challenges. As her company grew, she had to navigate the complexities of mass production, marketing, and distribution. She had to deal with competition from other tech companies trying to replicate her idea. And she faced pressure to keep prices low while maintaining the quality of her product. But Emma had learned valuable lessons along the way. She knew that the road to success was never easy, but it was worth it. She was committed to staying true to her vision and creating products that could make a positive impact on the world. The future. Looking back on her journey, Emma realized how far she had come. From her small workshop to launching a global product, she had turned an idea into a revolution. But she knew this was just the beginning. The future held new possibilities, integrating the shoes with more advanced technologies, expanding into other wearable products, and finding even more ways to make the world a more sustainable place. As she looked out the window of her office, Emma smiled. The sun was shining, and she could feel the warmth on her face. She had created something that not only powered devices, but also inspired a movement towards a more sustainable, innovative, and connected world. And she was just getting started.